do. Reality side by side. Two lies and two truths. That's what the will right now. With many others, I thought it was atrocity. I thought it was loaded. Sometimes I thought it was special, but it's just